Hello, everybody. This is Alan Lardieri here, and I just gotta throw this out here. I've done a lot of interviews with, a lot of different news agencies all the time, and I'm pretty used to getting cut out. Truth is never been a strong point, but pushing opinion instead of pushing the news is. Now, I just did this interview just a few hours ago, and it already aired. I'm going to stop it every now and then. I'm going to show you how one-sided it is. Since we can't get the truth out through normal channels, I'll use my own. So I want to show you how this works when you do an interview, and I'm going to show you how contorted facts can be. So let's just go ahead and watch this.
And Tony Collinette still work in a coal mine. But with no mining work here anymore, today they serve as tour guides in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
How realistic is this?
It's a mine. You're in an actual mine.
Even with President Trump's decision, they don't see any light at the end of the tunnel for the industry they love.
Does pulling out of the Paris Accords give you hope for the mining industry?
No, I honestly think mining's done.
There's a lot of other stuff surrounding.
Okay, look. I feel for these guys that do, because I see a lot of out-of-work coal miners. But the narrative they're trying to present here on NBC is that mining is done. And of course, they're spending a lot of time with these guys. Now, they interviewed me and a lot of other people, and I actually made the interview about a half a second out of all this. These guys are saying that whatever supports the liberal narrative. Not that these guys are liberals or anything like that. I don't know what their background is. But they're saying things that are supportive of preconceived ideas of what liberals have. Now, let's keep watching. Of course, and another thing, keep in mind, they are out of work. They're not working coal miners. They're at an exhibition coal mine. So, of course, they're going to have a gloom and doom, viewpoint on this.
The coal industry, that's going to be hard to bring it back.
With fracking, gas, there's too much competition, and
too much competition.
We're on the losing end of it.
Today, coal is the nation's #2 power source behind cleaner natural gas.
This is where it gets good.
Jobs continue their long decline from 255,000 in 1979 to just 53,000 last year. Now renewable energy is gaining.
They're trying to throw a thing out. Coal's only used for energy production. No, that's not the case at all. Look up something called the coal tree. But let's talk about Alan. What's Alan do? I dig metallurgical coal. Coal is used to produce steel. It is the only way to produce steel. They never talk about that. Coal is a more diverse product than you think. It's not just this thing that's going on here as far as energy.
Market share fueled by falling prices and state support.
The world is moving forward on the development of renewables no matter what. And in this country, we're seeing a pretty miraculous transition.
Today, there are 3 times as many jobs in wind and solar as coal. There are more than 12,000
Okay, here we go again. To produce coal. Now, they said that coal mining since 1972 or whatever they said there has declined X amount to from 200, I think $250,000 down to 50-some thousand. Well, that's for a lot of different reasons. The automation in the industry has become a lot better. The machinery used to extract coal needs less and less people to produce per ton. These unproven technologies that they're discussing right now, known as renewables, are very, very labor intensive and need a lot of people monitoring them.
1,000 coal miners in West Virginia.
There we are.
Here, they're more optimistic.
Well, it's certainly a step in the right direction.
In Pennsylvania's Lackawanna County, they mine coal for more than 100 years. It's a family tradition. Ed's a 4th-generation miner, Tony third.
What do you say when someone asks you, does coal have a future?
It's too unsure. There's too many factors in it.
Too many factors they can't control. Ann Thompson, NBC News, Scranton.
Okay, guys. So,
Ed
that was
Nealinger.
it. So, but you see the way they can try to control narrative. They interviewed 4 of us. 4 of us interviewed. Sat down, interviewed. And this is, the remainder of it. Alan sitting there going, well, it's a step in the right direction. No, they asked me about the Paris Climate Agreement. And I told them just this simply right here. This is one point I want to get across. Anytime you have a global political agenda, okay? Anytime you have a global political agenda like this masquerading as science, it's flawed from the start. And that's what this is. You are not getting true science a lot of times when you talk about climate change or global warming or global warming, whatever you want to call it. You are getting something that is a lot of times opinion-based. Now, if you can't question the data collection of some of these claims, because they hid him from Trump. You know, remember when Trump started taking office? They all started scrambling and hiding all their findings and all this and that. People, it's flawed. I do believe that people do contribute to climate change to a certain extent. But as far as human beings and human activities being the sole activity driving force behind climate change, no, I do not believe it at all. You got to look at the money involved behind this and this whole renewable push, this whole Paris climate agreement. Guys, this is a bad thing. It is a bad thing. We are a sovereign nation. That's all I got on this one. But you see the way in the media, they do this to me all the time. But hey, I just finally got a way to show it to you all. That's how they do. Alan Lardieri. And Alan Lardieri is Red 4 Golf. He's out at this time. See you all later.